Do you believe in independence, or would you back a federal-type system rather than our devolved one? Zach, I think, well, up until last week, and I actually have said this, because I used to be a huge unionist, but I thought, for goodness sake, take Scotland away from these people before they completely damage it. I mean, they've been trying to grind Scotland into the ground for, hundreds of 800 years. You know, the British government have tried to grind Scotland down. But Scotland is leading the world and always has led the world. And the United States of America are actually little Scotland. Yeah. All the inventions we've got round about us, all coming out of Scotland. Yeah. So we do need Scotland to go back to being independent, to regain independence, to resume being independent, and take that out of Westminster, but perhaps not under the present regime. I'll tell you, there's a couple of things that made me nervous this week. If every single Scot doesn't get 100% behind the Crown, now I've said this before, you'll see it in the videos, then independence is toast. Because if there's a sniff of republicanism, independence is toast. And at the moment, there's talk of dialogue with Republican parties. That's not a good look. Not a good look. And independence is much, much, much bigger than any political party, any individual, and perhaps even much bigger than politics itself. So independence is actually economic. It's about the economy and about hanging on to our own money. And I've noticed there's been one or two poor souls, I call them, because half-wit's a fairly harsh term. But there are some poor souls who are on going, I see there's a wee deficit. When once you've paid everything, still a wee deficit. And there's Andrew saying it's all about Scottish economic development. Well, you see, for years, Scotland's top economist and virtually Scotland's top civil servants worked in economic planning, and things worked very well for Scotland. But overall, it would make complete sense for Scotland to be well clear of Westminster. But Westminster has got departments trying to make sure Scotland doesn't get any advantages. Now, if there even was, remember Scotland has no borrowing, so there's no negative equity. But if there even was a thought about going it alone, remember Scotland hasn't started trading yet. So we could be selling power, water, if you need, you shouldn't have to sell water, but you know what I'm saying. We could be drilling for oil all throughout the North Sea, all throughout the Pentland Firth, even throughout the Clyde, drilling for oil. We could be trading with America and with Europe. There's the rumour saying, wait, weren't you a continuity announcer on Border Television? I was indeed. I tell you, and loved every second of it. I was for many years. It's corrupt country of officials. Possible when the hierarchy are allowing cheating. Should be no cheating at all. There should be absolutely squeaky, squeaky clean. Brilliant, says the Luma, I tell you. So there we are. If Scotland are independent, should they still sing the UK national anthem? That's the Scottish national anthem, Jack. I don't know how to explain that to you. But we're talking about, we've already done it, we've split the parliaments. We've never talked about splitting the crown. Now, there's an interesting thought. As I say, I got very nervous this week because I was watching the MSPs swearing their oath of allegiance to His Majesty King Charles, his heirs and successors. And I notice a couple of them muttered things about the people of Scotland are sovereign. Now, the people of Scotland elected their king, right? Yeah. Andrew, you're quite right. Scotland subsidises Westminster. Last year it was £98 billion Scotland gave Westminster and got about 30 back. So don't be giving any of that. There's Venny going utterly deluded and misinformed. Now, Venny, see these two words you've used, deluded and misinformed. That's you panicking because I'm telling the truth and you don't like it. There's nothing deluded about me. There's nothing misinformed about me. I've studied international affairs and geopolitics for 50 years. I have 2 degrees and an IQ of 164. So there's no utter deluded and misinformed, but what you will be doing is trying to project your utter delusion and misinformation. Not happening. Not happening, Vinny. Okay, cookie lala. I tell you. Now, are you in business? I've been in business, yes, started businesses. The ancient Scottish constitution is still valued. Oh yes, nemo me impugn licet. The Scottish crown is still there. It's fragile, but it's there. Shame on him who thinks evil is honi soit qui mal y pense. That's the garter. But the thistle nemo me impugn licet for the Scottish crown. What or meddle with me? I tell you. There we are. A good shout out. Your thoughts on the game, Scottie? I think the game was very good, but apparently the fans were misbehaving. That was shocking. Should Scotland have its own monarchy if they go independent? Well, it's a question of you would need to split the crowns and give England back their crown, because at the moment the Scots own the English crown. Don't you think the Union should stay for historic value? No, Clarko, there's no value in the Union. When you study it, you'll see it's valueless. Easily shocked, says Carbolic. I think that's what's happened, Carbolic. He's been easily shocked. Been a great show tonight, says Susan. Could be farming the sea haggis. Scotland should be able to harvest its own resources first and decide what it does with the remaining resources and not be pressured or forced by others. Monty, 8888. You are quite right. Guys, I'm going to have to go. I love you all to bits. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Bata. So that's us saying goodbye to our beautiful, beautiful TikTokers. Oh.